Ever wonder why the smartest person you know isn't the richest or most successful? Your brain is a weapon. Too bad you're using it like a butter knife at a gunfight. In a world where vibes beat facts and TikTok trends outrank reason, critical thinking isn't just valuable, it's the last rebellious act left, actually using your skull for something more ambitious than holding up your headphones. Let's get one thing straight. IQ won't save you. It's like having a Ferrari parked in your garage while not knowing how to drive. But a sharp mind? That's your Excalibur in the age of digital warfare? You see, intelligence isn't about reciting facts like a human Wikipedia. It's about wielding information with precision. A dull mind believes everything it scrolls past. A sharp one? It cuts through bullshit like a hot knife through influencer propaganda. Doing your own research doesn't mean reading 3 tweets and a Reddit thread written by someone named TruthSeeker69. Here's the unpopular advantage no one's talking about. While 90% of people are fighting in comment sections over which celebrity's divorce is more traumatic, the 10% who actually read, learn, and question, they're quietly collecting resources, opportunities, and yes, actual money. Evolution didn't spend millions of years developing your prefrontal cortex so you could use it exclusively for remembering TikTok dances. Remember Light Yagami from Death Note? Certified genius, right? Used his intellect to become a god of justice. You, probably closer to the potato chip scene, dramatic about nothing substantial. But hey, self-awareness is step 1 of intellectual development, so you're already ahead of Mo. In a world of wolves, the strategist survives. And in a world where attention spans are shorter than a goldfish's memory, the person who can actually focus and think critically becomes practically supernatural. Speaking of supernatural powers, let's talk about the mental traps that are already holding you hostage. Critical thinking isn't just being skeptical. That's what conspiracy theorists call themselves before explaining how lizard people run the Federal Reserve. No, critical thinking is being a detective in a world where everyone's a suspect, including yourself. Let's get something straight. Logic beats vibes every time. When someone says this politician really cares about you, the critical thinker doesn't feel warm fuzzies. They're already pulling up voting records and donor lists. Example, your friend claims their crystal healed their back pain. Cool story. But instead of nodding blindly, you might ask, did you also start that new physical therapy the same week? Suddenly, you're the party poop. Congratulations, you've leveled up. Want a masterclass in critical thinking? Watch L from Death Note. He didn't catch Kira by trusting his gut feelings. He meticulously asked, what doesn't add up here? What patterns indicate abnormal behavior? Meanwhile, you believed your ex when they said, it's not you, it's me, and I'll definitely return your hoodie. Priorities, people. The beauty of critical thinking is pattern recognition across time. Take Jerusalem, fought over for millennia, yet every generation thinks their particular conflict is uniquely important, revolutionary, unprecedented. Spoiler, it's literally the same script with different costume. Religious fervor, economic interests, and political power have been driving the same plot for centuries, but that historical narrative doesn't fit in a hashtag, does it? The super hack of critical thinking isn't calling everyone else stupid, it's recognizing your own blind spots. It's asking, why do I believe this? What evidence actually supports my position? Who benefits from me accepting this narrative? These questions are kryptonite to manipulation. Most people use their reasoning skills like a lawyer, finding evidence to support what they already believe. The critical thinker, they're the judge weighing evidence on both sides, even when it hurts. But to spot patterns, you need ammunition in that brain of yours. Enter the most unfashionable superpower, actual knowledge. You can't think critically with an empty brain. That's like trying to stream Netflix on a phone with no data. You'll just be staring at a loading icon, convinced you're being entertained. Knowledge isn't just power. It's the prerequisite for having any thoughts worth thinking. Read books, watch documentaries. Hell, even anime works if you're paying attention. Vinland Saga teaches more about the futility of revenge than most philosophy courses. Full Metal Alchemist breaks down the ethics of scientific progress better than your college ethics 101 class. And Attack on Titan, a masterclass in propaganda and historical revisionism. But you watched it for the fight scenes, didn't you? The tragedy of our time isn't just that people don't know things, it's that they don't know things. Dunning-Kruger isn't just a psychological concept, it's the operating system most brains are running on. Your past mistakes, that's not emotional baggage, that's free data. But if you live in the moment 24/7, congratulations, you're basically a goldfish with a smartphone and credit card debt. Reflection isn't just staring dramatically out windows while it rains. It's the ruthless examination of your past decisions, assumptions, and beliefs against new evidence. Remember when you thought crypto would make you rich overnight? Or that your ex would change? Or that college would automatically lead to a fulfilling career? Those weren't just disappointments, they were expensive lessons you probably haven't processed yet. Tony Stark didn't build Iron Man from vibes and manifestation techniques. He had knowledge, multiple PhDs, reflection, that whole cave epiphany, and yes, a killer playlist. You have Spotify and Wikipedia? Start there. The beautiful thing about knowledge is that it compounds. Each book you read makes the next one easier. Each documentary connects to others. Your brain starts building neural highways instead of dirt paths. But this process is slow, unsexy, and doesn't produce instant dopamine, which is why most people would rather watch top 10 facts videos than read the actual source material. Now, for the million-dollar question that your dopamine-addicted brain is screaming, why bother with all this work? Evolution doesn't care about your feelings, it cares about who adapts. And guess what's trending in 2025? Big, beautiful, functioning brains. If you've been feeding your mind a steady diet of memes and reality TV, congratulations! Your critical thinking skills are now on par with a potato. Garbage in, garbage out. Consume trash content and you'll find your critical thinking is nothing more than a landfill of bad ideas and conspiracy theories. The people who thrive in crises, they're the ones who ask, what's really happening? Instead of, which side has the best memes? They analyze, adapt, and pivot. Meanwhile, you're scrolling through TikTok wondering why your life feels stagnant. Spoiler alert, it's because you're waiting for the algorithm to save you. Think about it. During the last economic downturn, who thrived? The people who did their homework, who saw the warning signs, and who positioned themselves accordingly. They didn't wait for the news to tell them to panic. They were already prepared. You don't have to be a genius to succeed. You just have to stop being a puppet. And let's face it, most people are marionettes, dancing to the whims of social media trends and viral sensations. But here's the kicker. Every second you spend avoiding critical thinking is a second you lose in the game of life. It's survival of the smartest, and if you're not sharpening your wits, you're just waiting for the next trend to sweep you off your feet right into irrelevance. So, while the rest of the world is busy debating whether pineapple belongs on pizza, you could be making connections, learning new skills, and positioning yourself to rise above the noise. And now that we've established why you should care about this brain game, let's wrap it up with a little reflection on why critical thinking is more than just an academic exercise. Critical thinking won't guarantee you happiness, but it will make you dangerous to liars, scams, and your own dumb excuses. So, sharpen that brain of yours because ignorance is bliss until you find yourself in a minefield of misinformation. Remember, in a world that glorifies the superficial, being smart is the ultimate rebellion. Are you ready to stop being a passive consumer of information and start being an active participant in your own life? If you're done with delusions and ready to embrace reality, smash that like button, subscribe for more brutally honest logic, and drop a comment sharing your favorite critical thinking fail. Because let's be real, we've all been there.